Hi, my name is Samantha Tab, and this is my People First language module. I really liked this little picture over here that says label jars, not people. I felt like that went along with the assignment. So the very first one is, well, first of all, what is People First language? Before this, I had no idea, but this is what it is. People First language is used to speak appropriately and respectfully about an individual with a disability. It emphasizes the person and not the actual disability. I'm going to quote this here because I really like this too. People First language is not political correctness. Instead, it demonstrates good manners, respect, the golden rule, and more. It can change the way we see a person, and the most important thing here is that it can change the way a person sees themselves, him or herself. Over here, I found this and it was like, in this classroom, we use People First language. This would be cute to put in a classroom, and then if you actually utilize it, that's the best part of it. So the next, so language that I've heard in my building is on the left side, what I have heard, and then on the right side is what we should say instead. So handicapped. Instead of saying handicap, we can say person or people with disabilities. Autistic. Instead of saying autistic, we can say autism or has a diagnosis of autism. Instead of saying Downs, we can say has a diagnosis of Down syndrome. Learning disabled. Instead of saying that, we can say has a learning disability. Has a problem with ... I feel like this is the most common one that we hear in our school. Has a problem with reading, has a problem with writing, has a problem paying attention, for our ADHD friends. So you, instead of saying they have a problem with it, they need blah, blah, blah. They need more support with blah, blah, blah. The service that they need is blah, blah, blah. Instead of saying special ed or SPED, you can say receives special education services. And then here, also, this is something that we hear a lot in our school is like, oh, they're the normal kids or whatever. First of all, no one is normal. But what you can say instead is the children without disabilities. And then here, our People First language pledge. I just thought I liked this. It gave all the examples of instead of saying this, you should say this. And then it talks about how like words matter. And this is exactly what People First language is. And then the bottom, it says, I pledge not to use the R word in terms like idiot, imbecile, moron, psycho, lame, sped kid, special needs, and other disability labels that are insults and could be hurtful. And that I will treat others as I want to be treated, talking about the golden rule, which is like one of the most important things about life. And then they sign it and then they date it. So this could be a conversation that if you have this issue in your class or like just as a whole school, you feel like you need to do this, that would be great. Or you could just do it with teachers. I feel like sometimes teachers are super hard to manage, and that this would just be something like, hey, I noticed you guys say this. How about instead of saying this, we say X, Y, and Z instead? Just to bring awareness to it, because I feel like a lot of the problems is that you don't know that it's happening, but as long as someone like brings it up to you, you're like, oh man, I really do that. You don't know until someone tells you. So I really liked this pledge. And then here are my references. Oh man, part of them are covered up. I'm gonna move myself around. So there's the bottom, and then there's the top. I'm so sorry that that's covered up. Thank you so much.